Next up, the exact opposite of what we just watched. We're going to watch Donald J. Trump.
My fellow.
Well, I don't know. Are you going to, is this? Oh, it's a thing. Okay. We're going to watch Donald J. Trump. This was his apology video. If you haven't seen it, it's fucking hilarious. Let's watch it. He's trash.
My fellow Americans, I want to speak to you.
I'm so fucking glad this is almost over, man. It's only, there we go. Let's do 1080p, bro. Let's do at least 1080.
My fellow Americans.
Bam. Thanks for following.
I want to speak to you tonight about the troubling events of the past week. As I have said, the incursion of the U.S. Capitol struck at the very heart of our republic. It angered and appalled millions of Americans across the political spectrum. I want to be very clear.
Okay.
I unequivocally condemn the violence that we saw last week.
Mm-hmm.
Violence and vandalism have absolutely no place in our country.
Except he cheered them on. I mean, you know, we love you very much. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, baby boo.
No big deal. Lizaus, thanks for the 18. Was that 18? 18 months. Thanks very much. Sorry, gotta wipe my glasses off. Ugh. Need my eyes to see stuff, you know? That's what those organs do. A little shot of the baby blues for you. Wrong screen. It's hilarious that the most professional he sounded for you is him trying not to go to prison and get his Twitter back. I know, right?
And no place in our movement. Making America great again has always been about defending the rule of law.
Fuck off.
Supporting the men and women of law enforcement, and upholding our nation's most sacred traditions and values. Mob violence goes against everything I believe in and everything our movement stands for.
I don't even know what he believes in,
No true supporter
though.
of mine could ever endorse political violence.
No true supporter of mine could ever endorse political violence. He's no true Scotsmaning this. This is literally, so he's throwing people a bone that says, like, it was actually Antifa. Wow, we have a video for that later, by the way.
No true supporter of mine could ever disrespect law enforcement.
Wow.
Or our great American flag.
Disrespect? I think you mean murder with a fire extinguisher? Huh. Okay.
No true supporter of mine could ever threaten or harass their fellow Americans.
It's the thing you do. You do that's like the thing you're known to do. What? No true American could be exactly like me? What?
If you do any of these things, you are not supporting our movement. You are attacking it, and you are attacking our country. We cannot tolerate it. Tragically, over the course of the past year...
Why doesn't he say instead, I don't support you? If you did that, I don't support you. Wow. But no.
Made so difficult because of COVID-19, we have seen political violence spiral out of control. We have seen too many riots, too many mobs, too many acts of intimidation.
Throwing BLM and Antifa under the bus right now, too. I mean, like, what a stark fucking contrast. I will take, listen, as much as I agree with every single one of you, and I go, oh yeah, you want decency, you want reconciliation, you want unity after the 4 fucking years plus that you just gave us, fuck you. I agree with that. But I would rather take Biden's bullshit lib nonsense over this, okay? I'd rather take Biden saying, I will give personally each and every Republican a blowjob. First 100 days in office, my jaw will be raw for this country. I would rather he say that than whatever the fuck this guy is saying. Seriously. What a fucking loser.
And destruction. It must stop. Whether you are on the right or on the left,
fuck off,
a
bro.
Democrat or a Republican, There is never a justification for violence. No excuses, no exceptions. America is a nation of laws. Those who engaged in the attacks last week will be brought to justice. Now I am asking everyone who has ever believed in our agenda to be thinking of ways to ease tensions, calm tempers, and help to promote peace in our country. There has been reporting that additional demonstrations are being planned in the coming days.
Okay, what do you say about
both
this?
here in Washington and across the country.
Please say Joe Biden. Okay, there you go.
I have been briefed by the U.S. Secret Service on the potential threats. Every American deserves to have their voice heard in a respectful and peaceful way. That is your First Amendment right.
Okay.
But I cannot emphasize that there must be no violence, no law breaking, and no vandalism of any kind. Everyone must follow our laws and obey the instructions of law enforcement. I have directed federal agencies to use all necessary resources to maintain order.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so now it's like, this isn't a protection necessarily against like right-wing and fuckers. This is like, I have given the cops reason to shoot people on sight for stuff. Like, it's, you know what? State-sponsored violence is better. I like what's what? Offer a solution instead of just no prescriptive statements. Exactly. Like, did he get impeached? Yes, he has been impeached again.
In Washington, D.C., we are bringing in thousands of National Guard members.
Come on, bro.
To secure the city and ensure that a transition can occur safely and without incident. Like all of you, I was shocked and deeply saddened by the calamity at the Capitol last week. I want to thank the hundreds of millions of incredible American citizens who have responded to this moment with calm, moderation, and grace. We will get through this challenge just like we always do.
Called calamity. What? That's what we're going to call that? They tried to steal... They tried to fucking murder your vice president. What? They stormed the Capitol. There's reports that Republican officials, some Congress people, showed them through the Capitol the day before, showing them where different exits and shit were. I mean, it was quite literally the most pure example of right-wing extremist terrorism that we have had on American soil since, like, I mean, the last time they did it when they shot a bunch of people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is, like, straight up, like, since lynching, they literally set up a gallows outside. Oh, man. Panic buttons were missing, yeah.
I also want to say a few words about the unprecedented assault on free speech we have seen in recent days.
Okay.
These are tense and
unprecedented assault on free speech. You mean Twitter?
Difficult times. The efforts to censor, cancel, and blacklist our fellow citizens are wrong, and they are dangerous.
It's not. It's not
what
wrong
is
or
needed
dangerous.
now is for us to listen to one another, not to silence one another.
No, I'm not listening to fucking anything. No, none of them. None of them. You don't listen to them. Okay, here's the thing, okay? Deplatforming works. Deplatforming works. It's not your free speech to have a Twitter account. If you want to make a federal Twitter account, like, or Twitter, hub for free speech, I'm fine with that. Call it the town square. I don't care. Make it a federal one, then you can't be banned from it totally unless you break a law that's federally recognized, obviously. Like, you can't do inciting. Like, you'd still be banned. You incited a fucking incursion. You incited violence. You can't do that. This is a private company, and as much as I don't like that billion, trillion-dollar private companies have fucking holds on our economy and our society in the way that they do, you still can't tell a business that is not a public amenity what to do in regards to who they can serve, right? I am 100% fine with putting an actual publicly owned like town square type app out there if you want, and you can have all of your right wingers there as long as they're not breaking other stuff. Absolutely fine. But this is not what this is. And it's just another version of the cake, the bakery one, right? It's just like you have the right to not serve someone as long as it's as long as it's about something that isn't protected, right? As long as it's about you violating a certain standard to which you hold your business to, not that something immutable about them, right? There's nothing immutable about Donald Trump besides his narcissism that he was banned for. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all symptoms of his actions. It wasn't the other stuff. The real irony is that this is exactly what Twitter would have chosen to do if Trump had successfully repealed Section 230. Like, of course. Chrysalis Games, thanks so much for the 13 months. Appreciate that. Yeah, Trump is a fucking crybaby, dude. Fucking crybaby. Let's finish this stupid fucking video.
All of us can choose by our actions.
Your actions are what got you banned.
To rise above the rancor and find common ground and shared purpose. We must focus on advancing the interests of the whole nation, delivering the miracle vaccines, defeating the pandemic.
The miracle vaccines. Why is he like this? IW Curly, thanks so much for gifting a sub to I'm Not Going to KS. I'm not going to KS. Nice.
Rebuilding the economy, protecting our national security, and upholding the rule of law. Today I am calling on all Americans to overcome the passions of the moment and join together as one American people.
Dude, when he breathes in with his fucking nostril blowholes, it drives me nuts.
Let us choose to move forward united.
Listen.
For the good of our families, our communities,
Listen.
And our country. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Right here.
To silence one another.
Listen.
All of us can choose by our actions to rise above the rancor and find common ground and shared purpose. We must focus on advancing the interests of the whole nation, delivering the miracle vaccines, defeating the pandemic, rebuilding the economy, protecting our national security,
Here it comes.
and upholding the rule of law. Today,
That made me choke.
I'm calling on all Americans to overcome the passions of the
Here it comes.
moment.
Anyway, he does that a lot. I don't know if you noticed that. I've noticed that for 4 years. It's been driving me nuts. Glad he's gone. So, yeah, that's the president, the former president.